Okay. All right. Good morning, my hatters, on this wonderful Saturday morning. And we just gonna watch my hairline fall back like birds flying south for the winter. So we got a good one today for y'all, right? We got one of the homies out of the Memphis area, and he got a little bit of everything, jack of all trades, as he told me he had the gift of gab or something like that. Anyway, I want to give a good Saturday morning welcome to the homeboy, Lajerrick, also known by his stage name, Ch3vy Jones, with a 3 and a money sign. I don't know. I'm not good at introductions. I know that already. Anyway, let's bring him on, right? To the homeboy, Lajerrick, also known by his stage name, Ch3vy Jones. All right, we live. What's going on? What's going on, my brother? What's going on?
What's the knowledge, my boy?
Oh shit, man! It gets the madness continues. You know how that goes, man. The madness continues.
I'm already knowing you on some bullshit somewhere.
Look, man. At least I'm keeping it clean. All right. My bullshit is
Hey,
clean.
look, Hey, look, you already know how I said, baby. As long as you're moving forward, you can't be moving wrong.
Always forward. Look, man. All right, so we gotta get things started in the best way possible, man, because right now this is gonna be mostly about you. We're gonna be talking about us, but we're gonna be talking about all things Memphis, right? So I gotta ask the first question. I gotta ask the most important question. Where does the story begin?
My story?
Your story. We talking about your story.
Man, if I'm being honest with you, my story don't start without my mother's story.
Okay.
And her story started between Greenville, Mississippi, and New Orleans, Louisiana.
Oh man, so she was that's a good stretch.
Yeah, see, a lot of people don't know I'm from Memphis, but my mother's really from Louisiana. But I was born in Greenville, Mississippi, because that's where my mother lived at the time when she had me.
Right.
But I tell people I'm from Memphis because that's where I grew up in Memphis. That's where I became a man. That's what I know. I was in New Orleans for a short time as a child, so I can't really claim that I'm from there. But I have to tell people that I'm from there to a certain extent so they understand my story, because my story is nothing without my mother's story, and her story is New Orleans.
All right. Okay, so your stage name. I know we had a discussion about this not too long ago. Where did it come from, and how did you get the number and symbol mixed up in there?
All right, so actually, my father, who is actually my step pops,
right,
he actually used to call me Ch3vy when I was a kid, so it's a nickname I've already had. The 3 symbolize the 3 in the middle. I replaced the letter E with the 3 because it's for my third child. I had a daughter that I lost back in 2014, and the 3 symbolizes her. And the Jones is my stepfather's last name, because that, like I said, without me, there's no me without him as well. Like, he plays a pivotal part into this whole situation. So that's just like me taking on his name, letting them know that, hey, you pops.
Right. So you didn't have a relationship with your biological father at all, no?
Never knew him, big dog.
No one's perfect, right?
Never seen him. Hey, look, that's his story is his story, but my story has already been written too far to include his. So, hey, I wish him peace and blessings, but I'm good.
No, I totally respect that. So so going back to your step pops, right? So what was the relationship that y'all had, you know, as far as growing up? I mean, like, and what would it, and what is it today?
I mean, if you want to be real, I was a knucklehead growing up. Like, it was before my step pops met my mom's. I was an interesting character. Let me just say the least.
Right.
And like my step pops, like when he came in, he ain't come in on like, I'm the man. You gonna move how I move. He basically just like, in a way, he showed me the consequences of the actions I was taking at that time. And he showed it to me firsthand.
Right.
But he didn't judge me for what I was doing. And he basically led me to a better path. So we have a great relationship. Like, to this day, he can call me if he ever need anything. I'm gonna call him if I ever need anything. That's my father. If the biological guy show up, I'm not trying to hear nothing. That's my father. That's the man who was there when I needed a man. That's my father. That's my dog.
Right. So that being said, all right. Okay. First off, is my lighting good? Because I had to.
Solid, big dog.
Hey, look, I'm using a lamp in the background. I got a lamp right here in front of me. Okay, look, I'm improvising. I ain't completely professional yet. You know, this is a work in progress, as the great Kevin Samuel said. Man, you got to build it while you fly it. Look,
facts.
Yeah, because you know, like I had to start doing some investing in my own, because you know I wanted to improve this. And you know, I do plan on monetizing this eventually. You know, if I'm lucky, you know, I can actually pull that off. So if you see me looking down, I'm actually working on trying to get people to watch the stream, because you know, I got to beg people to come watch this.
Hey, look, you got to start somewhere, big dog.
Oh yeah, definitely. Somewhere. Yeah, definitely. And you know, and hopefully everybody's awake, because I know it's 8 a.m. Out here in California. But
yeah, it's about 12 where I'm at.
Yeah,
it's noon,
bruh. Okay, so we're gonna switch gears here, right? Because this is something that I had just recently caught on to, and that was you doing music. Where did that sequence start?
Well, I always fuck with music. Like, I just never really had the confidence for so long to actually like put it out. And then like once to be honest with you, after leaving the military, I didn't really know what I really wanted to do, but I was doing stuff that made money. Right. But then one day I was playing around with music, and then I just released one like little song, and then a bunch of people said they liked it. So I started doing it more. And then more people liked it, and then more people liked it. And now I really just do it for the fun. If I ever blow up, that's cool, but I don't plan to. I really like what I really like what I put out, and I'm building something. Like, I'm building me and one of my best friends are working on a little brand that we building right now, and we trying to build a team of people in music that all help each other rise to the top, but still maintain their independence alone as their own artists. We working on that, but I love it. That's really it's always been there. It's just most people didn't know.
Okay, so it's like a collaboration of sorts, where y'all trying to build something together while, like you said, while trying to maintain the independence part?
It's a little bit of both. So see, we have a situation where like I can put out music for a lot of people because I already have a set up network to do it.
Right.
And how we work it, right? So like, I have a friend who's a producer. He helps me get beats. I record on his beats. I put out his songs and his beats and tie his beats and songs to my songs. I have another friend that's a videographer. He shoots music videos sometimes. Sometimes he shoots music videos of that guy's beats in my songs. Like, you see what I'm trying to say? Like, it's just
y'all promoting each
collective
other.
of people I know. Yeah, it's a collective of people I know that's trying to get somewhere, that's helping each other build a following.
Yeah, and
neither one of us are really big, but we trying to get there, and we helping everybody get there.
Yeah, and I think that sort of thing is important, because that's something that I do here on YouTube. You know, if I get a hold of other content creators like myself, then of course, you know, we gonna try to do collaborations so that everybody can know who this person is, and you know, my people connect with your people and vice versa. And I think that's something that is really important when you're trying to grow. You're trying to make a network. You're trying to do certain things that gets that gets the attention of other people. Look, I'm stuttering and shit. That's how you know I can't do public speaking.
Yeah, man. But it's all about building a team of people that want it as much as I want it, or that love it. Well, let me say that love it as much as I love it. Like, everybody that's on my team love their craft, and they consistently work at it and grow at it.
Okay.
And that's why they with me, because I do the exact same thing. Like, I'm always learning something, and I'm
all right. And I think that's important too. So, do you have any projects in the future? Because I actually took the time out to listen to your songs. You know, I'm actually subscribed to your music channel on YouTube here.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, my favorite is actually Multiplayer, because I was just like, bruh, this is something that I lived. Okay. And I can tell you right now, as somebody who has gone through some things as far as dating and relationships are concerned, I felt it.
Yeah.
You know, now Memphis, that was a slapper. That's a club anchor, right? So when you listen to the song,
funny?
Hit me.
You wanna know something funny? You wanna know something funny?
What's that?
I wasn't never even supposed to put out Multiplayer until somebody asked for it. And then the only way that person could get the song is if I released it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna disclose the name, but there's one person out here. There's one person out here that's completely responsible for that song's release.
Okay, and you know what? We're gonna leave that at that. So because when you listen to the two different songs, those basically sound like they're on two different genres. You know,
so for a long time. So, like, as you know, I just redid my entire brand earlier this year.
Right.
And with the last brand, it was more about figuring out which way we wanted to go. But while doing the last brand, I learned, hey man, you can fit in multiple different avenues. So why not do it? I'm like, I was just like, what's the reason not to? Why would I not to? Why would I not? I'm just saying, like, what would be the problem? What would be the problem with me rapping and also low-key singing? What's the problem?
Man, that wasn't low-key. That was and again, I'm an R&B guy myself. The only reason I've never produced music is because I don't know how. Right? I've written songs, but I don't know nobody to go get beats from. I don't know nobody to go to a studio to. My brother, who's a rapper, has not has not, you know, done any projects in a while. But when he does, he said he'll connect me. But you know, it all depends on also on how much time I have. And he's usually really good on that. Yeah. So I give him his props on that. So my next question to you would be: do you have any projects or anything lined up in the future as far as music is concerned?
I actually have dropped a song. Me and my I actually have my homeboy. His rap name is Lajerrick Jones. That's LLAKJONE $, the same way my name is spelled as Jones.
Okay.
He just dropped 3 projects, and we have projects dropping now all the way up until the end of July. And in July, have an album coming.
Okay, so and that's a duo album rather than a collaboration album.
It has a few features. It has a few features, but that's my album alone. He's working on his own project. He don't have a tentative date of when he want to release yet, but he's working on something. And I can tell you, I've heard a couple tracks. It's gonna be fire, and we definitely have a collaboration thing coming. But we think we're gonna drop the collaboration thing more in the wintertime because we both working on our own solo projects right now.
Okay. All right. So, like you, there is another guy that we served with that does music. Holloway. I never.
My boy, Big Scheme.
Big Scheme. Okay. Yeah. Scheme. Okay. Roger that. Yes. So we have to make sure. Yeah. So
straight. I'm gonna be bangers. Straight bangers.
So for those of you who don't know, I actually got Scheme locked in for next week. So if you're watching this, shout out to Big Scheme.
Hey, for real. It ain't really because I know a lot of these guys personally now because Scheme didn't brought me in sometimes and he didn't put me around the guys. Shout out to Scheme and his people, 24K, for real. Because his team is solid. One thing for sure, from what I've seen personally, Scheme got a team behind him.
Right. And he's been a solid dude since I've known him. I'm gonna tell you right now, he been all the way solid since I've known him. So yeah, once again, shout out to Big Scheme. We gonna collaborate next week. We're gonna live stream this, and we gonna bring all our knowledge together. And I told him that somewhere down the pipeline we was gonna 3-way to Zoom and have a live stream that way. That way we can all.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know I'm with it.
Yeah. So we gonna work that out. You know, we gotta all have our times down packed. So you know we ain't having any conflicting schedules and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that being said, so have you so have y'all had any plans on making any projects together?
Who, me and Scheme?
Yeah.
Me and Scheme have a lot of plans to work together. I have a lot of plans to work with Scheme. We just gotta get the time. Cause Scheme and his boys is running. They running just as hard as we running over here. And it's a lot. It's a lot when you cause earlier this year I stepped into like trying to move my stuff into a label for my situation. So it's a lot. But me and Scheme gonna definitely get together and we're gonna drop some projects together because we've been talking for a minute about making shit happen. Me and Scheme gonna make some shit happen for sure.
I definitely look forward to it. Okay, so my mom just chimed in. And she said, "I'm happy for you branching out, learning what you're doing. I love you, son. Love you too, Mom, wherever you are." She should be in the next room over. I don't know.
Love you, Mom.
But you know, my mom, one of the biggest supporters of my channel. So you know, I love when she comes in and drops a little. Hey, Mom, before you leave, can you hit the like button, please? Everybody who's watching right now, can y'all hit the like button? I would like, because you know, like I always say, like kindness, likes are free.
Facts.
So, all right. So we got music now. Like myself, you were also a United States Navy sailor. So let's talk about how you got into doing that.
I got in the Navy?
Yeah.
What I can tell you about that is I needed the Navy as much as the Navy didn't want me to be there.
Oh, damn.
That's what I can tell you. I was extremely immature at the time, and the Navy really saved my life.
How so?
Well, the Navy and the combination of my stepfather, because he was because I was doing a lot of dumb stuff at that time, and my decision to join the Navy removed me from the areas where I was doing these dumb things, and it kept me away from that, and it allowed me to grow up.
Yeah, I think that would be the most important part.
That's about the best way I can explain how I got into the Navy. But I didn't exactly enjoy my time the whole time, but I loved almost all of the people I met. I had a great time when I did have a great time, and I can honestly say I needed the Navy to become who I am today.
Okay, that and I like that. That, you know, not too many people will actually say that out loud. Pre-Navy, what was life like for Memphis pre-Navy?
Pre-Navy, man, it was football, girls, and curls, baby. You know how we got down.
This guy.
For real. No, before the Navy, man, it was all about sports, girls. I used to try to mess with cars, like staying fly, for real. Mm-hmm. I used to stay fly, and I used to do some really dumb shit, like break in people's houses sometimes. We used to beat up junkies in the old neighborhoods, you know, little dumb shit that little ghetto kids did. Little dumb shit. Got us in a lot of trouble a couple times.
Look, as one of those dumb ghetto kids, look, I'm just safe to say I never had any run-ins with the law. Minus my driving without registration and stuff like that. I think that's the worst I got.
Yeah. I ain't really had nothing too crazy besides one little event, but it wasn't nothing too wild. It was a situation where I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong people.
That's usually how it goes. No cap. That's how it goes.
That's really what it was. But now I stay inside, so me and the law don't even talk no more.
Shit.
I mean, you can't. I'll mess around because the police now are not the police from the 90s. I'm sorry. When we were younger, the police were different. I'm sorry. I used to like some of the police officers in my neighborhood as a kid.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even talk to. If I was a kid nowadays, I wouldn't even talk to a police officer.
Look, I'm at a point where they don't even know I exist. And that's how I want to keep it.
Hey, look, as long as they don't know me, I feel like I'm doing something all right.
Right. Okay. And my mom said, that's why I love service, man. You actually get outside of the dumb stuff and get to see the world. I'm going to just say this. I only been to one country while I was in the Navy, so that ain't much to see. I mean, it was a great place to go, but I ain't get to see much. I didn't get to see as much as I wanted.
I really love how everybody believes we was in the Navy, just seeing the world and experiencing things. I'm not gonna lie, mama. We was across seas doing hood rat things. We was doing hood rat things overseas, mama. Hey. We wasn't doing nothing that we wouldn't do on U.S. soil. We was drinking.
We was wilding.
We was drinking, partying. People was fighting. Mama, we was out there being regular. We were regular 23-year-olds.
What was the homie that destroyed the bathroom in that club in Japan?
Hey, yo.
That shit had me weak.
I forget bro name, but like we were regular 20-year-olds. We just had responsibilities during the day.
We had, that's exactly what it was. We go out. Hey, you know, do you remember? Okay, so I don't know if you remember this, right?
Yeah.
But I was leaving the ship one day, and y'all know how I dress. You know, head to toe, hoodies, and all the shit. And we was running out, and I was leaving with my boat. We ain't gonna say her name. Hey, look, it ain't no secret now. but we was walking out, right? We was walking out, and y'all saw me head to toe, with the hoodie, the pants on. I'm covered head to toe. Y'all all out in shorts, t-shirts. Look, y'all look. The mosquitoes would have started a colony on y'all if they was out there. But y'all walking up to me, every last one of y'all walking up to me. Every time I pass one of y'all, how is you not sweating? Because y'all saw me. I didn't break a single sweat.
Not a sweat.
Not a single sweat. Y'all like, how the hell is y'all? How's you out here and you not sweating? You like this? You got me hot, and I'm just like, and I'm just pulling. I'm just y'all. I don't know if anybody ever seen it, but I always had this big ass bottle of ice water on me, and I'm just looking at y'all like, just sipping that water, like, I don't know.
Boy, hey, look, boy, I never figured out how your ass could wear all black no matter what the heat index said, and you was comfortable. You was a different breed, boy.
I can tell you.
One thing for sure, you come from the strongest of the African suns. Your skin is strong.
So I'm gonna tell y'all how that works. Now, if somebody thinks that I'm wrong, y'all can always stop me. But I'm just going off of just based on how I did things, because once upon a time I used to sweat my ass off when I did this. But here's the thing, right? Now we was in southern Japan, and we had this we had this thing, right, where we used to hose each other down or whatever. But what I found out was we in southern Japan, and we had that high ass humidity. So what I realized is we was really just being cooked from the inside. So I just decided, hey, you know what? If I keep my insides cool, I should be fine. I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom like a motherfucker, but my insides is gonna stay cool. And that's exactly what happened. And that's how I actually pulled that off. So I just kept that ice water in. If I felt like I was getting too heated, take a swig, we good.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna say you was wrong, because the only thing I kept that was cold in Japan was a drink. That's the only thing I ever kept that was cold.
And
it was a drink, me and alcohol.
Yeah, you only had that at night.
Hey, had a day job.
On life, had a day job.
But I didn't have a night job, so I could drink.
Hey, and then look, I can tell you right now. So, while you was in Japan, did you test the snake?
Man, look, everybody tested the snake, and almost everybody lost. That snake is undefeated. That snake has a damn near perfect record for a reason. I'm saying it here today. If there is a man alive or a woman alive that tests that snake to the brink and survives to tell the story and remember what happened exactly, you don't need to fuck with that person, because that
motherfucker is crazy.
That is the top of the line human. He or she cannot be poisoned. I trust them with everything.
Look, because I'm gonna tell you right now, when I tried the snake, all right, I was one of those guys. I tried the snake. Ch3vy Jone was like, "B Brown, don't try the snake. Don't try the snake." You know how you are short and country as hell. And I get out there, I'm like, you know what, I got this. I just took one, right? I just took one. You know, and I'm like, I'm good. You know, I'm thinking like, you know, because I just want to have it, right? But I call myself saying, you know what, I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna go and have some other drinks right behind it. That's where went wrong.
See, that's the one. That's what get everybody. That's what get everybody. And it's not really the snake. It's the effects of the snake, and then your little slow ass gonna keep drinking.
No,
what got all of us.
Yeah, and see, and it wasn't just any old drink. So I goes back to because you know you have the snake out in town, right? Then you go back to the base club. You go back to the club on base, and I had just finished fucking with Manilon. That shit was hilarious, by the way. Me and him, we had a special dynamic of fucking with each other. But I guess back to the base, and it was I want to say Vincent, Young, and Spence. Now, one of them had bought an Irish car bomb, right? And I ain't never had this shit before. I don't know what this shit is. He tried to give it to Vincent. And Vincent was like, nah, I'm good. I think I had enough for the night, right? I said, let me get that. I give you $5 for that. He was like, no, you just have it. I'm like, okay, cool. Because I saw he ain't slipping in nothing. He was trying to give it to Vincent. I don't think he would try to off him because he was cool folks. He annoyed the fuck out of me sometimes, but he was cool folks, right? But so I taste that thing. He says, you got to take it all at once because if you don't, it's going to get real nasty at the end. So my dumb ass did just that. I took it all at once. And man,
somebody should have warned you to never take advice from alcoholics.
Before I was one. You got to remember that I was one. And so
that makes sense why you took that advice, then.
Yeah, so I ended up going. Thank you, Faith. She said, "Keep it up, Trey. You're doing your best." Hey, if you can hit the like button for me, I'll be more than grateful. Because, like I said, likes are free, just like kindness. But I didn't stop there. Like I had like 2 more drinks. I had the most common one that everybody has. What's it called? Long Island iced tea, and then I had something else.
Yeah.
And I was gonna keep going actually, but Bourbano was like, "Hey, let's go take a walk or whatever." So I started. So me, him, and another person, we started walking or whatever, and I ain't paying attention to where the hell I'm going. We just walking and talking, and then next thing you know, flip the screen, scratch the beat, and next thing you know, here we is back at the ship, and he's like, Brown, I think you should go to bed because I seen what you had to drink and you need to go to bed. And so I'm like, man, but come on. I'm like, come on, Burbs. And he's like, well, we already here. You might as well just go. I'm like, you know what? Fine, because I had duty the next morning. And let me tell you, that is where a snake bit me. Is where I went to sleep.
Got your ass.
Got my ass. Now, keep in mind, this was a duty day. I didn't have no watches. All I had to do was just be there. And sure enough, man, I didn't hear my alarm go off. I didn't hear when they got on the 1MC. It was calling. Man, keep in mind, this is a Saturday. Yeah. I got a Saturday duty with no watches. This gonna be a breeze.
And you fucked it up.
And I fucked it up. And Chief Roundtree was like, nah, big fella. Yo,
whoa. Hold up, player. You fucked it up and Chief Roundtree was in charge?
Oh, bruh.
Oh my God. That's like fucking
up. She was the section leader. She was the section leader.
That's like fucking up with Big Worm.
You don't fuck up with Big Worm, bruh.
Boy, she was warden. That's like fucking up with the warden of the prison.
You don't fuck with the warden of the prison. And bruh, let me tell you, the messed up part about all this is it was like 6 of us that missed turnover. Yeah, so that's what it was. I missed turnover. It was 6 of us. And I would have been the only fucking petty officer to have missed turnover. So she had to make an example. She had to get on my ass.
Gotta make an example.
And you know what she did? She made all 6 of us stand the same goddamn watch. Keep in mind, I was watch free this weekend. I'm thinking this gonna be a breeze, right? She made all of us stand the same goddamn watch.
I love how petty that is,
bruh. And she was like, "Your ass ought to be happy that I don't DRB your ass because you the senior person here. How the hell you got the chevron and you over here Mr. Turnover?" I was like, bruh. So, but she had help, but she had me hang back and was and had me explain what had happened the night before, because if I'm not mistaken, that was also the same night some numbnuts destroyed the bathroom at the club. So she was like, "Was that you
that
that
was
fucked
fun.
up?"
Hold up. Okay. The bathroom at the club story, that was wild. But that night in totality was fucking epic.
Oh, that shit was lit like a motherfucker. That shit was lit like a motherfucker.
The everything, like, I don't think people understand it. Like, the captain of the ship showed up to a spot we created called the Tree Bar, dropped off like 12 cases of beer, and disappeared into the night. He said, "Have a good night," and disappeared.
No, he didn't disappear. No, let me explain something to you. He didn't disappear. The fact of the matter is that he was there, right? He was there. I sat there with him for like 5 minutes before he had to tell me we can't be fraternizing. You know, He was there, right? Because I was talking to a whole bunch of high-ranking people that night. I talked to the CEO, I talked to CMC. Well, the CMC wasn't at the club. I talked to him like passing by throughout the night or whatever. But I was talking to chiefs. I was talking to a bunch of the first classes that was at the. They was there. That was the problem. They was there, and this shit happened.
Yeah.
But I guess but again, we get into this thing, and Roundtree has me hang back, and she said, "Do you know anything about the incident last night?" I said, "Nah, Chief. I'm sorry, Chief. I'm hungover." She said, "Let me guess. You tried the snake, didn't you?" I said, I wanted to lie.
Yes,
look, no cap. I wanted to lie so bad. I wanted to lie so bad, right? She said,
your face.
She said, you tried the snake last night, didn't you? I said, Chief, I did. And she said, that's what your skinny ass get. Now get ready to go stand this watch. Oh man, and it wasn't a watch that was already going on because she wanted me to have a maximum time on it. So she chose the watch right after. Yeah. I ain't even had time to get a nap. I didn't have no breakfast. I ain't had nothing because you gotta remember I missed the whole shebang, so I missed breakfast and everything. And you know, and anybody knew me, anybody who knew about me knew about the Barney bag. Now, so for those who don't know, the Barney bag was basically this bag I had. It was just a regular ass plastic bag that I would get. I would go to the ship store, or I'll go to store out in town, or I from any fucking store, and I would stash all that shit in this bag.
Yep.
And I'd walk around the motherfucking ship like Santa Claus, and I would just chuck shit to motherfuckers. I didn't charge nobody for that shit. I just chuck shit to motherfuckers. You feel me? Because I was just trying to get good with people because I was under this impression that nobody liked me when I got there. Biggest mistake you can ever make in your Navy career is assuming people don't like you for no reason. But but that was me with the bar.
9 times out of 10, the motherfucker they don't even care that much.
They don't even know you exist on life. They don't even know you exist.
They just trying to make it through the day.
They trying to make it through the day to see tomorrow. So my Barney bag was empty, so I couldn't even go in that and get something to eat. So I'm over here hungover like a motherfucker, and all I'm hearing right now is Gazoo on my left side talking about, bro, you shouldn't have did it. You shouldn't have did it. And I'm like, shut up, Gazoo. And motherfuckers is looking at me like, Brown, is you all right? No, this motherfucking flea on the side of me is fucking with me, and it's like, and they're like,
hey, like that fly from
the Flintstones.
What's that movie?
No, it was the Flintstones. You know, the Gazoo, the fucking the fucking thing from the Flintstones. That's because a lot of people don't believe me, but that motherfucker was there. He was like the good and bad conscious, but it was just one of them. And nobody believed me, but I was seeing that motherfucker. Okay, But that's because
that snake still had a hold of your ass.
Look, it took 16 hours to get rid of this motherfucker. God damn.
That's how you know you had a good time.
That's how you know you had a good time. Hey, and that was probably the best weekend ever too.
I'm telling you.
A lot of shit happened in Sasebo, but Sasebo was lit, low key.
Hey, Sasebo was lit. Hey, so I got a question. When you was out in town, did any of the locals think you were African?
Yeah, but they.
Thank God I'm not the only one.
But look, I can't blame them for that though. They rarely see us, brother.
Yeah, no, because here's the thing, right? I was out with one of the guys who didn't look like us.
Yeah.
And we went to one of the restaurants, and they did the X thing, right?
Yeah.
And so they was like so we was both leaving. We was like, okay, they don't want us here. We about to go, and they were like, no, you fine, you okay, no, not you. I'm like, okay.
Oh wow.
I'm like, okay, like, so I was cool to come in. But the person I was with wasn't. Okay, I still didn't go in because I'm not gonna lead a homie on stuff like that.
Your man couldn't get in. Your man's gonna get in.
Your peoples don't get in. Okay, I
ain't gonna be there if my people.
I'm not gonna do the homie like that, right?
Yeah.
But I did go back later, just with our previous person in question. Anyway, hey, look, don't judge me, all right? But they had asked us. They was like, "What part of Africa are you from?" And me, I'm not gonna tell them I'm American. You feel me? So I'm just like, I'm from Tanzania, because that's actually where I want to go. When
I'm not gonna lie. I stopped. I really, like a few years ago, I just stopped asking. I just stopped trying to tell people what I am, and I just let them believe what they want now, dog. Like when people tell me when they ask me what I am, hey, are you American? Why, yes, I am. Hey, are you mad? Why, yes, I am.
No,
look, whatever you want to believe.
Hey, look, if somebody say, are you mad? Look, if somebody say, are you mad? I say, why, yes, I am, motherfucker.
Hey, you gotta. I might be.
Hey, you might. Hey, I gotta add emphasis. I gotta add emphasis to what they ask I am.
Facts. My answer to a lot of questions these days be like, I might be. You never know.
Look, you come in just keeping it quiet, keeping it cool on their ass.
Yeah, I be hitting them with that. Look, I might be. Or look, I got a real good one when they ask me something I think is stupid. I be like, for real, I'm too broke to find out. Find out.
Look, that's my answer to everything. I'm too broke.
That's my line right there, boy. I'm too broke to find out.
Either that, or I'm too broke. It's either that, or I'm too broke to be bored.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm working 2 jobs. So we leave Japan, we get back to the States, and we doing Captain's Cup football, and I think that's where the first time me and you really started bumping heads.
Yes, sir.
And we had this thing, me, you, and I want to say, was it Cromwell or was it
Nah, it was Ricky. Fuck, what was his last name? I can't think of his last name. It was the young boy that was a crazy power forward on the basketball team as well.
Right. Shit, I can't. Yeah, I can't remember
think his name right now. But that boy was nice. I can't think of his name, but we had our little situation going on.
Yeah, and
I think I was 2/3.
Yeah, one dude
and then you was the rest.
3/4. We had 2/3, 3/4, and the rest. and what was killing me was okay. So I had just started dealing with tendonitis in my knees. So for some reason, my knees was bad, so I couldn't run like I wanted to. But y'all motherfuckers still wanted me to play cornerback.
We didn't care.
Hey, but
you was the tallest dude.
Hey, and the crazy thing
you was the tallest dude. Hey man, just jump ball him. Jump ball him.
The shit that annoyed me was I never knew how good at cornerback I was until I started doing that shit. All that pain I was in, and I was like, dude, did I just get an interception? I can't believe I got an interception.
We told you. That's why we made the names up. Look, baby, I got you. I'm already on 2/3 of the field. He was already on 3/4 of it. You just got to cover the rest.
You just gotta take the rest.
Cover the rest. That's all.
Hey,
you just got to cover whatever left.
Hey, and that shit worked like a charm. I still couldn't believe we made it to the playoffs with what we had though. We was tearing their asses up. Except for that.
Look, we had the least amount of players, but we was beating every fucking body. We was playing both sides of the ball, and other teams had 2 whole separate teams for each side.
Shit, but we was out there though, tired, gassed, and everything. Hey, you know what motivated me though? It was when people from the ship came to watch us. I was over here. I was
like, we gotta show out now. We have fans. I was like, we have fans.
Hey, no, I had that Scott Pilgrim problem. It was girls are watching. I couldn't get flamed while girls was watching. Now, come on, now.
Fair enough. That is a fair point, though. That is a fair point. We can't play that like that doesn't hold legitimacy. Because I agree with you. You can't be out here getting cooked while the shorties is watching.
Man, because you gonna try to, you try to tell something to one of them tomorrow or whatever, and they're gonna be like, man, get up out of here before I put you on that grill. Look, they're gonna be like, get up out of here before I put you on that grill like dude did yesterday.
Yeah, they definitely gonna be on your neck. And the shorties on our ship at that time was vicious. They had some bark with that bite, boy.
Oh man, did they ever? Because I'm telling you right now, man, it's been a couple of times where I might have like you know how y'all still get on me about spades, whatever, right? Which audience, by the way, audience,
he can't play spades.
By the way, audience. Okay, so I had bad experience with spades, but I beat this man. I beat this man.
Black man can't play.
I beat this man.
Cap. Don't believe
that's it. Not no. That you know damn well that's not cap.
It's all cap.
I beat you, even if it was one time. I beat you.
You know it. Reneged.
No, I beat you
every game.
No, I beat you.
This is what
one time.
You have one win under your belt. I'll give you that.
But
the amount of losses are in some. We're not even gonna talk about the amount of losses.
Look, old girl who was teaming with me made some mistakes too. Okay.
Yeah.
She was acting like she was an expert, and she was getting us flamed too. So that wasn't all on me. All right. Now, if this is old-fashioned I declare war, y'all would have got cooked all day. All right.
I declare war, man.
I know, right?
We are grown.
We are grown.
Now, if you gonna break out anything, it got to be the Uno.
Hey, look, man.
That's the only thing grown people will settle for.
Hey,
I'll draw 4 motherfucker all day. I'll draw 4 motherfucker.
Look, I'll hit you a draw 4, and then when you come back around, you get hit with 4 more. Look, but I'm telling you, that game with spades. Look, we're not gonna talk. We're gonna talk about the one. We're gonna talk about because clearly, you was running the table, right? You was running the table.
All right.
We're not gonna cap on that.
We can let you have the one.
You ran the table.
But let's keep game of spades.
But let's keep it 5 dubs though.
Where
where your partner got 7 books.
First off, my partner had 3. I had 4. I said
game where your partner.
Okay, look, the one where my partner carried me, and I don't remember her name. She was cute as fuck too, but I don't remember her name. But she did carry me in that one. I ain't gonna cap on that. But you can't just be talking about I can't play spades when I got one on you. So we did the Cactus Cup football, and
yeah,
I wanted to ask you about a particular situation that happened later that year. Now I'm sure you're not going to disclose everything, and that's fine. But there was a situation where the other guy on our ship, last name Taylor, just walked out on the ship. I was on watching this. I was a topside rover, and I was watching this, and I was just sitting there looking like, what the hell is going on? And you was with him the whole time, and you was trying to talk to him with him, but he's just at the top of his lungs going off, and he gets in the car and drive off, and you really trying to tell him, you was trying to tell him not to leave or whatever. And I was I never got any info on that except for the time my LPO put him in handcuffs and sent him over to the brig or whatever. What the hell was all that about?
Man, that was a situation with his kids. You know, as you know, he was on restriction at the time. And wasn't nobody trying to hear what he was saying. Wasn't nobody trying to hear what he was saying, but wasn't nobody trying to hear what he was saying. They just kept talking about that he was on restriction and couldn't leave. And in my opinion, he did what he should have done as a father. In my opinion.
I would expect anybody to do what they should do as a dad.
I was just trying to be the best friend to my boy at the time, and like find another way. Like, but if in all honesty, looking back on that situation, there really was no other way he could have handled that other than how he handled it, because nobody was listening to him.
Okay, yeah, and when it comes to being a father and trying to do what's best, you know, to help your kids out. Yeah, sometimes, you know, we as men can be a little irrational.
Yes, but it definitely needed to happen because it alleviated his situation.
Right. It did make his Navy situation worse though. It did make his Navy situation worse though.
No, I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so. I really wouldn't say so.
No, the reason I say that
didn't, because at that point, the reason I wouldn't say so, because I know him personally, and at that point in time, he didn't even want to be in the Navy anymore.
Okay,
it kind of helped him. It kind of helped him get what he wanted.
Okay, well, when you put it in that regard, yeah, because I can tell you right now, the last year that I was
kind of in his way.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, when I was the last year that I was in the Navy, I definitely didn't want to be there anymore either. It was frustrating, to say the least.
Yeah.
So
just say the same.
So switching gears, we had the situation with the buoy. And as you know, our commanding officer, our executive officer, rest in peace. And a couple of people.
You talking about when we slapped the buoy?
When we slapped the buoy, yeah, bro. You know, and the chain of command, you
players fuck up sometimes.
Yeah, you know, players fucking up got a few officers fired.
Hey. I can safely say, as a person who was on that bridge, they were warned.
Hey,
somebody pointed out that we possibly could have hit that. But that somebody wasn't high enough ranking for anybody to actually listen to him. Yeah, I was on the bridge. It was my watch team.
Oh, yeah, because I remember what was his name? Who was old boy who was the helmet? I can't remember his name. He used to talk a lot of shit all the time, but he was funny as fuck.
The buddy from Brooklyn, I can't think of his
The buddy
name.
from Brooklyn, I can't remember his fucking name. But I know him, he was with the other homie when it was like he was synonymous for fucking everything.
Yeah,
fucking up with people.
And speaking of that, that's the guy I'm talking about. At that time, that guy was a fucking E2, and nobody listened to him when he said, as the helmsman, hey, it don't look like he said, it looked like we may possibly hit that the way we going. Nobody listened to him.
Oh, so and that's probably why he never got in any trouble.
That's why nothing happened. That's why nothing happened to him, because everybody vouched for his story, because he said it to the commanding officer dude, and they just basically ignored him because when it's those type of situations, everybody on the bridge so busy sucking the captain's dick.
And he was previously our XO, so it was like, dude, we all know his dick ain't worth sucking.
Yeah, we know he sucked.
Yeah,
like we knew he was a horrible person before. He was an asshole as an XO. We knew he was gonna be an asshole as a CO.
Yeah, and see now, granted, I didn't have any direct issues. I had direct run-ins with him, but it wasn't like so bad. Like he took my charger because I accidentally left it because I left it under my pillow, and he saw it during space, so I had to go and get it from him. You feel me? But outside of that,
I ain't gonna lie, that's the petty shit that he did that I thought was hilarious. Stuff like that, I thought that was hilarious.
No cap, I thought that was hilarious.
He would take shit and make you come see him to get it. That shit was hilarious.
Hey,
because it always be a funny story about why he took it and what you should have done to keep him from taking it.
Look, if I'm gonna be 5 dubs right now, if I'm gonna be 5 dubs, I was glad that I had to go and deal with his pettiness than deal with somebody who would have been vindictive about it. You feel me?
Facts. Because he was, what I'll honestly say about the man was an asshole.
Yeah.
Through and through. Cool.
Through and through.
But he was an asshole through and through. But I can't say he was completely a horrible person, because he was an asshole to everybody that I knew he was an asshole to. I saw him be an asshole to everybody. So he was an equal opportunity asshole.
He was an equal opportunity asshole. Yeah. So
I can live with an equal opportunity asshole. I just don't like the assholes. It's only assholes to certain people.
Yeah, like he didn't discriminate. And I can take and I can take solace in that.
Yeah, so, he really didn't fuck with nobody. He hated us all.
Right. Equally. So we get to that, but once the buoy is struck, did you guys have to remain on watch until we got into port, or was there still a transition of the watch office?
Oh no, brother! You know how that thing go. Everybody on that watch team was relieved immediately. Immediately, they stood down to watch. We was in meetings. We was in take 2s and round 2s, and then they flew that
the Commodore,
really really high dude that took over the Commodore. And the next day, and then we had to sit in a meeting with him. Man, it was like non-stop meetings about what went wrong and how we possibly could have stopped it. And the whole time I'm in the meeting listening and thinking, half of this shit ain't got nothing to do with me. Why am I here? Like, I really got to sit through 6 hours of this for y'all to be yelling at them? Y'all don't even care that I'm here.
Wait, was y'all standing at attention, or did y'all at least get to sit down?
You know the answer to that question.
Hey, look, I just needed clarification.
You know the answer.
I just needed clarification.
You knew the answer to that question when you asked it.
I just had to be
sure.
You knew
we was at attention. You knew we was at attention. And if we got tired, you know what they said?
Suck it up.
Go to parade rest.
Ain't this a bitch? Hey, look, I just had to be sure. Because I didn't want to assume.
Horrible, dog.
I didn't want to assume.
It was horrible, dog. But like I said, I was sitting there and I'm just listening. I'm not being addressed. Nobody's even talking about the position I was. Like, why am I that said I was a part of the watch team, even though I wasn't a part of the watch team that made that decision?
I mean, basically, you didn't
I
have no
was
bars.
just there listening, bored as hell.
Basically, you didn't have no bars. So what you said
Yeah,
didn't
I
matter.
had. Yeah, so what
No
was the
bars,
point of
no
me showing
anchors.
up here?
No bars, no anchors. So
I have no power, so what was the point of me being here? You just wanted to watch me. You wanted me to watch you yell at them? That's what you wanted? I don't know if that's how you reinforce leadership, but that's horrible.
That's
a dumb tactic. That's a dumb tactic to watch you yell at my bosses and think I'm gonna respect them after this. All right.
Right. So we get past the buoy situation, and shortly after I had went through what I had went through, and so if you don't know the details, I pretty much went up to the Commodore, told him, "Fuck this command, I didn't want to be here anymore," and they sent me
hands down the second most gangster shit I ever seen in my naval career was when you walked up to the Commodore in front of the entire command and said, "Hey," you took him up on because he asked if anybody want to leave, let me know, and you took him up on his offer in front of everybody. That was hands down number 2 on the most gangster shit I've ever seen.
What was the first?
In the Navy? All right, that was the man that beat a drug charge, and it was the craziest way to beat a drug charge I've ever seen.
I gotta hear this.
He has to win. Man, you don't remember Rob? He was on the ship. Lil Rob.
Damn, look, you gotta.
Lil Rob. He used to hang with Jacob and the boy that used to cut hair the boy that used to cut hair down in laundry.
Hold on, wait. You talking about the one that married Durant?
Yeah. That boy beat. He's the number one. He beat the coldest.
Wait, you gotta tell me about this.
He beat the charge the coldest way ever. He pointed at them niggas, said they was wrong, and they was wrong. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. They fucked up and lost everything. He just walked right out that motherfucker with everything.
Damn.
But nobody's ever going to beat that. Nobody's ever going to beat that.
Was he guilty though? No. Don't answer that. Don't answer that. No, because I don't want to.
According, he felt. Hey, look, they say he failed. He beat the charge. Hey, that's gangster. I'm sorry. That was cool. Yeah. That was cool. Because he took that motherfucker on the head and came out on the other side, shiny than a bitch. They tried to destroy that man. And he came out on the other side standing. I think my boy ended up getting up to I think he actually ended up getting back up after they took a bunch of rank from him and stuff. He actually getting all the way back up to CS2, bro. Before he decided to leave, he got all his shit back up to CS2, bro. That shit was crazy.
That is gangster.
So he went through all that shit and then built himself up again successfully in they shit again and then hit their ass with the deuces on the way out.
Hey,
that shit's gangster. I don't care what nobody say. On military terms, that was gangster. They took everything from that man and he built all that shit back and said he built it all back and said y'all was dumbasses and you was wrong. Now what?
Hey, when he see this, he gonna be like, hey, that's how he got some real solid ass people on his team too, because I didn't even know about that.
That shit was gangster, man. That shit was gangster, boy.
So
nobody say that shit was gangster.
So after I got kicked out of my division and I got sent to the engineering blah blah blah. Because I was working with the ENs for about 10 months before I got sent to another ship before my discharge. There was a lot of rumors. There was a lot of this, that, and the third about the situation as it was versus what had actually happened. Did you know anything about any of the rumors that were spread? Because you know how rumors are.
Oh, what? When you left the ship?
No, when you left the ship. Not only when I left the ship, but while I was with the engineering. While I was with the engineering, I forgot what they called the shit. When I was with the engineering.
Man, as far as I know, I heard. As far as I know, I heard your division was a bunch of fucking haters, and they ain't like you and just sent you down there. That's as far as we knew. Well, because we fucked with you down in the trenches.
Oh yeah. I
they ain't like you. They might didn't fuck with you up in the what I like to call the hotel rooms, but we liked you down in the ghetto. Shit, you welcome in deck at all times.
Yeah, I mean, minus like 2 or 3 people. Yeah, I was always happy to be down there in the trenches with y'all because y'all motherfuckers. Hey, look, y'all motherfuckers was some of the most down and dirty motherfuckers in the world. Y'all was in the shit. You feel me? I know y'all like to say. I know y'all like to believe that FCs didn't work because there wasn't too much. But believe it or not, we actually did. I actually had to do a lot of work. That Ch3vy gun was not. That shit was not your standard Milton Bradley toy. That shit had a lot of parts to it.
Yeah, it wasn't no anchor chain either, though, brother. It wasn't no anchor chain.
It was. Hey, look. I will never deny that anchorage chain had a lot of love put into it. Okay.
I was about to say it wasn't.
But you gotta remember. Look.
It wasn't no heavy ass 600-pound link. 3,200 of them motherfuckers.
But let me tell you something. While you guys had 100 people to choose from to do the job, I had the job of 6, and I had to do it solo for a year and a half. Damn, that was pretty much. I can tell you right now, like.
You should have called me. I would have helped you, but I ain't had a security clearance.
That's the thing, right? So at any given time, and this is no cap, at any given time, they could have actually said that I was gun decking, which is one of the main reasons why I left the division. They could have actually said I was gun decking, and it would have stuck because because if you look at the MRCs, almost every bit of maintenance that I had that was on there required at least 2 Ch3vy technicians, and I was the only one. If you don't include Lawfer and Carr, but they was always with us, and they just trusted that hey, I could get the job done. And of course, I got the job done. But more often than not, just on that fact alone, they could have got me for gun decking, and that charge could have stuck. But the thing is that we had a chief at one point in time who was sticking up for us. I don't know if you remember Ch3vy. Yeah. So he was he was having our backs and making sure that everything was done properly and stuff like that. And so it was pretty much covered. When he was gone, all bets were off because after he had left and then our original chief had came back and he retired, it was just like, well, now OW is just everybody got the bullseye on OW because we easy target. Ain't nobody gonna be like, hey, leave my guys alone.
Yeah.
And so, as you know, our acting chief was none other than Roundtree. And I don't know if you know, but she was synonymous for
telling people to get the fuck out of her face and fuck off.
Well, not only that, but if you was a black guy and you was in our division, you was more than likely going to be sent to captain's mask for something, anything. And
damn,
yeah, I don't know if you.
I didn't know that, brother.
Well, it was, but that just based on the statistics, it was mostly those guys. So, but she didn't discriminate, but it was mostly those guys. Let me tell you a story, right? She sent up 5 people in OW at the same time. 5 people.
But what the fuck they do?
She called it. It was referred to as gun decking because of a book that had nothing to do with the division. Every last one of them got sent to captain's mask
because of a book that had nothing to do with the division.
It was no official record or anything. It was nothing official. Yeah, all 5 of them. Then she, I'm sure you remember McGlamory.
Yeah, that's my boy. A lot of people didn't like McGlamory, man, but he was all right with me. He was just crazy than the motherfucker.
He worked for me in 2 different situations, and both times he was outstanding. He was a little slow, but he was an outstanding worker. He worked hard. He was
just crazy. He was just crazy as hell. That's all.
Nah, I was
just crazy as hell.
Yeah, but he was he worked hard. The only thing he needed really was just proper guidance, proper leadership, and didn't nobody want to give it to him.
Yeah.
And her and the entire division went out of their way to make sure that he didn't make GM3. They had kept giving him counseling shit after counseling shit after counseling shit. Then they finally just waited for him to be late to a muster. I don't remember which one it was. I don't remember if it was quarters or if it was a duty section turnover, but he was late to one of them. And they had him, they threw the book at him, basically.
Yeah.
And so, and Roundtree was really proud of that. And so what they did with me is that I had a log book. This was an official log book that I had when I was doing a certain maintenance check, where I had put those numbers in this log book, and I had this log book sitting right next to the computer, right? And right when we were doing the spot check, and I had specifically remember putting this book right by the workstation, computer that I was at. And so we go out doing a spot check, and we go back to the office because it was Master Chief Dickerson who was doing the spot check. He saw me put this book there, and I said, "We're gonna look at this later." So we goes do the spot check, and we goes back to the office to go so I can put those numbers in this book from the spot check, and this book is nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
This book is nowhere to be found, right?
So they stole your book.
And keep in mind, this is an official logbook. And so he had, because the book wasn't there anymore, even though he saw me put it there, he had to mark the spot check unsat.
Mm-hmm.
And so Roundtree hurried up and put in to have me sent to DRB. Right? Now I'm mad as fuck here because we both saw this. He knew it was there, but he had to do what he had to do because that was the right thing to do. Yeah. So I don't blame Master Chief Dickerson for his part. Me and him ain't got no bad blood. I love that man to death. But I'm getting ready to do this whole, which y'all all, I'm sure people heard about Brown going up to DRB because, shit spreads. And
yeah,
I guess to MAC's office to get ready for this DRB. And you know what this motherfucker do?
What?
He hands me this motherfucking logbook and says, "Get out." I said, "Where did you get this from, Chief?" He said, "I got this from your LCPO." I said, "That bitch." I was like, "She's the one that took it." And tried to, and I guess when it got to him, he was like, "Nah, fuck that. I ain't going through with this shit."
Yeah.
So I was probably, me getting out of the DRB was probably one of the luckiest things that I ever had to go through.
Yeah.
But man, was I pissed off about it, because then they started doing the same thing they did to McGlamry did to me. They started throwing counter chits at me, and that's when after the Bowie incident, I had went up to the CO and said, "Fuck this shit, I don't want to be here no more."
I mean, shit. Well, I can personally attest that I've seen them fucking with you a couple times. Like, I know that people was fucking with you for no reason.
Now, I'm not gonna
definitely be a vouch for that. And the crazy part is I wasn't even in your division, but because I worked on the bridge doing watches and shit, and my people went up there so much, I'd travel up there, and I'd always stop in your shop and holler at you if I saw you in the hallway up there. What up, Brown? Fuck you on, bro. And fuck with you for a little minute.
Yeah, and then of course it was always the I ain't got time. And you ain't got time, but when you got time, you keep it G real.
I keep it G real whenever I got time. But today, I think that was the funniest shit
that was the funniest shit. That was the funniest shit ever.
To this day, I still fuck with people and be like, I still fuck with people and repeat that shit. I randomly walk up to somebody I fuck with and be like, see, last time you was all shopping all these time. And normally I'd be on business, but today, cuz I ain't got time.
I ain't got time.
But today I got time.
Yeah,
hey,
so
look,
that was
white boy was funny.
Hey, he was though. But look, when we used to do that shit passing by every now and again, man, that was shit. I almost thought that you made that shit your own at one point. Because the way you did it was smooth. That shit was smooth though.
That shit was hilarious, man. I was just trying to stay happy in a miserable ass place, man. The Navy was a very depressing ass place sometimes.
Hey, on life it was though. So despite all that unhappiness though, were you ever gotten to a point where you were in some of the similar situations that I described? Were you ever even at a DRB? Did you ever have a DRB?
Man, I did have a DRB. I had probably to me, I think it was the dumbest reason to go to DRB. I think it was dumbest shit in the world. Actually, if you want to be honest, I don't know if it's still a thing today, but I have a neck tattoo of remember earlier I told you I lost a daughter? I have a neck tattoo of that daughter's name. Mm-hmm. That neck tattoo is somewhere in the Navy instruction about Navy tattoo policies, because they claimed that it was a 1/4 inch larger than the regulations. So the regulation, there should be a picture of my neck.
Okay.
With my daughter's name in the regulation. I went to DRB for that. Up to Captain's Master for that. But because I got a tattoo of my daughter's name that I lost. And the craziest part about that whole situation is I sat in the DRB full of chiefs that were fathers. That I sat in there with some chiefs that was mothers, and they all looked me in my face and told me I was fucking wrong and I didn't give a fuck about my family. And I don't care what, none of them can ever, if we ever cross lines, none of them can ever look me in the eye and say they never said these words to me, because I watched it come out of their mouths. They told me I didn't give a fuck about my family because I got a tattoo of the daughter I just lost 3 months ago on my neck. They told me, they looked me in my eyes and said I didn't give a fuck about my family. We talk about people that were fathers, people that were mothers. They have children. I don't know if they know how it feels to lose their child, but we talking about, and we being this petty.
Yeah, that to me that is pretty low.
That situation was the breaking point of why I wanted to start, why I started my process to get out of the Navy. Because at that point, I realized the military really don't give a fuck about nothing about my personal life. They really don't give a fuck. They just care, am I willing to die for them?
And
that's all they give a fuck about.
Yeah, and as far as I'm concerned, that's foul.
And I was done after that. I was done after that. I was like, what? Okay, y'all got it. I lost respect for so many people I had respect for on that ship that day. Most of them never heard me speak again. Never spoke a word to them again.
What year? You said this is 2014, right?
Yeah.
And did it? Well, did they actually? Did the charge stick? Should I say?
No, it got dropped once it got up to the captain, and thankfully my work ethic and stuff that I had done, I guess certain people in my chain of command fought for me because my chain of command wasn't the ones throwing me under the bus. It was somebody that didn't like. Well, that was one person in my chain of command. We're not gonna talk about that though. But right. It was a combination of that person and some other people who didn't like how I operated about how I moved about my guys. Right. So they finally had a chance where they could do something, and they tried to do something. My chain of command had my back. So when I got to Captain's Mast, I had a lot of great character witnesses and then I got to tell the captain my story. And finally, somebody had a heart.
And it was the captain.
And finally, somebody saw that it was bigger than that little ass. It was bigger. Somebody saw that water inch that you could barely notice. You wouldn't even notice I have it unless you know it's there.
Yeah.
Like, we're really wasting time. And this man only did it because he lost a child 3 months ago. 3 months ago. The captain was the final. I went through all them people telling that story over and over again. And it took till I got to the captain for somebody to have a little smidget of a heart. And he dropped the charge.
And the way I see it, and this is a quote from the Lord of the Rings, is no parent should lose a child, right? You know, and knowing that's heartfelt for me. Like, you know, I think that's one of the hardest things anybody would ever have to go through. So when you hearing this story and somebody is saying some off the wall shit like that, yeah, that would take you all the way out of it. It's like, why would you want to be here when this is what you're getting from people like this?
I was completely done after that. The only reason I stayed in, if I'm being honest with you, I was supposed to get out at 4 years. The only reason I stayed in to get short duty because I owed that to myself. It was no way I was giving all that I gave on sea duty and not getting a chance to relax and enjoy seeing my kids grow and prepare myself to step out of the military. That's the only reason I stayed in for 4 more years, because at the time when I really, 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 really wanted to just say fuck it all and leave, I had no plan. And I had kids, so I couldn't just do it. If it was just me, I would have said fuck it and did something wild and got kicked out and wouldn't have gave a fuck. But I couldn't do that because I had kids. So I had to strategically plan my exit. And that's the only reason I spent 4 years left in the Navy, because my last 4 years in the Navy, I could give 2 fucks about the military. Didn't give, that shit could have been the same as working at McDonald's for me.
Damn.
I showed up because I had to be there. That is it.
Yeah, of course.
I didn't give a fuck about the job. I didn't give a fuck about the people. I didn't give a fuck about what we was doing. All my mindset was preparing myself to get the fuck away from this shit. The Navy, get away from the military. I was completely done.
Yeah, but and I wouldn't blame you.
But at the same point, while me not giving a fuck about those people at that time, and me not giving a fuck about the Navy at the time, a lot of the people at my last command gave a fuck about me. And it was a lot of people who set me up to do a lot of the shit I've done and helped me do a lot of the shit I've done since I got out of the Navy.
Right. So
my actual skill, as you know a little bit, I'm a skilled trades worker. And the civilians at my last command is part of why I do this. They literally taught me how to do this. And then they showed me how to get into it once I got out the Navy.
Okay.
They walked me into the door of a possible 6-figure job right out of the Navy. Like I went straight into it. I told you my first year out, I did a bunch of stuff that just made a lot of money that I didn't really like.
Oh.
I did a lot of different jobs that made a lot of money that I really didn't like. And it was because of those guys. They taught me how to do this. They taught me what I needed to know to get in there with little to no experience.
Okay, and then that's where you were saying that, you know, you could start your life over multiple times.
Yeah, I've done it.
Yeah.
I just turned 30 in February, and I've already rebuilt myself in 4 different career fields successfully.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm probably going to do some more before I hit 40.
Hey, look, man, if you ain't exploring, you ain't trying. So you do 8 years. Yeah. So you do 8 years in the Navy, right? You do your shore duty. Tell me about, you know, married life and having children and stuff while being a sailor. Cause I'm sure you and I had 2 different experiences.
I don't think so, big dog. I'm not gonna lie. I can safely say that the military was a big part in destroying my marriage because I was never around.
I would go as far as agreeing to that. Yeah,
it sucks to say that because I was never around because I took this honestly how I feel about it. At that time when it was happening to me, I felt like I was taking an L in life for shit I really couldn't control. Like everybody hated me for shit I had no actual control of stopping or making better. I couldn't help that I was in the military at the time. If they said I had to go, I had to go.
Right.
I didn't. And everything was crumbling because I couldn't say no. But I literally didn't have the choice to say no without destroying everything that I had. Because if I just said no to the military and fucking and disappeared, guess what happens to me? I get locked up.
Yeah,
now my kids don't have a father.
Right. And I think that would be a bigger loss than anything. So
yeah, like
so you get okay.
Tough.
So
let me say that I will not sit here and say it can't be done, but it's tough because I know I have plenty of friends. And I know plenty of people that I met through the Navy that are still in the Navy, that are still in the military, that have wonderful and great marriages.
Yeah.
But what I will say is it is tough. And it is really tough I would say it's probably easier if you're married to someone in the military as well, because then y'all understand the lifestyle. So there's the understanding part there.
Yeah.
But it's extremely hard when you're married to someone who has no ties to the military beside you. So they don't even know the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like, but they're living the lifestyle, and then the lifestyle gets harder and harder as you pick up rank, and the longer you in, it gets harder and harder. The longer you in.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to be there because you don't understand their side. You just like, look, I don't really have a choice, but this is what pays our bills and feeds our family. And they're like, well, we'd rather you be here. And we like, I don't have a choice. This is what pays our bills and feeds our family. I would rather be here as well, but I don't have a choice.
And I think that's missed upon on a lot of people not in the military. And it does lead to some bad things, because I can tell you right now, like, I didn't even have the luxury of actually, being able to go home to my wife. Because we stayed together for a month, and that was while she was pregnant. She wanted to go back to California, so she went back to California, and that was in 2012. Cheyenne was born, but what, 5 months later? So I didn't even get to see the birth of my. I didn't even get to see the birth of my daughter. Y'all, the first time I seen her, the first time I got to hold her was when she was 8 months old, and we were actually on our way to Japan. The XO at the time, shout out to Commander Gray. No, not Commander Gray. It was the guy who got fired. That was the XO who approved me to go on leave for 2 days while we were in San Diego to go see my daughter. And because at first CMC, he was like, "Nah, we can't do it because you should have did it while we were on Palm Pier." I'm like, "Bro, do you know how much money I make? I don't make no money. I can't just go cross country flights. I can't go flights cross country willy nilly."
But you brought me here now, and I'm $100-something away.
I'm 300 miles away from my child. Let me just go see her tonight. I'll come back tomorrow evening. We all good. CMC was like, "No, we can't do it." He was because he was acting like I want to go in 2 weeks, but I was only going for a day.
That's the part that's why they lose majority of the people.
Yeah, but
that's why.
But that asshole we talked about was like, we just gave this man a name. We can go and let him spend a day away. So XO was like, "Yeah, go on ahead. See you. Be back by tomorrow. And your ass bet not miss this underway, because if you do, you effed in the beat, homie."
Yeah. I'm gonna get you right. If you miss it underway, you're gonna have a long night tonight, big dog.
You're gonna have a long night, but sure enough, he was able to he got us out there. Hey, Big Scheme, welcome to the talk, man. Shit, he said, and that's why I got out, stuff like that. Yeah. Hey, Scheme, if you can hit the like button for me, that'd be great too. But yes.
Facts.
Yeah, but that XO, he was like, "Yeah, go on and go see your baby." That was the first time I seen my baby. And I really didn't get a chance to legitimately be in her life until she was 2 years old. So when it comes down, and I can tell you right now, that was one of the biggest breakdowns in marriage for me. Obviously there's more details, but I'm not going to get into that. But what I will say is that it was hard for everybody, especially when it comes to trying to have a family. So you go through a divorce. Was there any particular reason why there was a divorce? Or what was the deal?
I wasn't around. She was.
Yeah.
It really was. It really was because due to the military, I wasn't around. I wasn't available. She was unhappy. That was basically it. And I wasn't. I'm not the type of person. I'm not the type of person to force somebody to. I'm not gonna force it. So if you don't want to be here, I will set you free and let you go. Like, okay. It's not that serious. I'm not gonna drag you through life being unhappy. I'd rather you go on and be happy.
Okay, and that's respectable. So was the transition smooth, or was it just long drawn out and unnecessary words were said or something like that?
I don't care what nobody say. The transition's never smooth. The transition's never moved. It's never smooth. I don't care what anybody says. There's no way you go from being married to someone for several years and then y'all go to y'all don't see each other. Y'all damn near hate each other. Y'all arguing over all kind of silly, stupid shit because shit that you would normally be handling, you don't handle no more because, one, I don't live in that house. A lot of times the women in the situation don't understand that, hey, I'm not obligated to do certain things anymore because that's not my home. Like, I understand that I'm still their father, but to a certain extent, you now have to step up on your own.
Yeah.
On the same side, there are men who don't. Like, I believe in you. You got to help her to a certain extent without overextending your hand. Like, that's still the mother of your kids, so you just can't leave her out there high and dry. Like, you got to help her as much as you can, but don't ever overextend your hand, because what life has taught me several times, overextending your hand gets you nothing in life. It gets you used over and over and over again.
Yeah,
and people will continue to use you as long as you let them.
Yeah, agreed. Because I still, I help out both my baby mamas from time to time, but it's not like it's gonna be something that's gonna be it's not gonna be your backup plan or your solution to everything. It's hey, okay, if it's something small, or if it's just there's no way out of it, then I'm not gonna let you sink. But don't just be coming to me on something recreational.
It take people with good mindsets though, man. So like for me, I don't really I pretty much I stay out of my ex's life. That's her life. I don't care what she's doing. As long as the kid's safe, happy, hungry, and fed, we good. Whatever she do, as long as you don't focus on them, everything could be okay. But it's never going to be smooth, bro. None of that is smooth. You literally break down your family structure, and then you start to see, like, you really start to see the type of people you were with once your family structure starts to break down. And you really learn yourself. Like, I'm willing to tell anybody. I don't care what nobody say. People can judge me. Getting a divorce taught me one of the most important lessons I ever learned about myself, and it made me grow as a man. I absolutely fucking hate having to consult another grown-ass adult about my every fucking decision. That was the one part of marriage I hated the most. That was the one part of marriage I hated the most.
Oh, man.
Understanding that about myself made me a better person, because now I know that I hate that about people, that I hate that shit. Now I prioritize what conversations I have now. I was like, I'm not going to ask you for certain things. Big, important questions, cool. I'm going to take your word. I'm going to take your word for it. I'm going to make some decisions on my fucking thing happen. It's not going to happen, because that goes against exactly what my father taught me as leading your household as a man.
Right.
But it was something I got so comfortable doing in my marriage. I'm not doing that shit no more. No, I don't. Sometimes I make decisions and I tell you. Yeah, and we gonna live with the consequences of these decisions. God damn it. Just trust me. Just because if you're with my thing is now, bro, if a woman's with me, you trust me enough to know that if we do manage to fail in a decision I made, I already have a contingency plan to get us back from that decision I made. I've already set that step in plan, because you wouldn't be with me if you didn't know that. You wouldn't be.
Like a true leader.
You wouldn't be with me if you didn't already believe that if I made a decision, I had a backup plan for that decision in case it failed. Because that would be you failing yourself as a woman. And I don't believe that a bunch of women are out here failing themselves as women.
I mean, it does happen, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I just don't believe you want to fail yourself.
Yeah, of course. So what is your relationship with your ex-wife now?
We have a solid co-parenting situation. I'm not gonna sit here and tell a lie like we're friends, because me and her can never be friends. We're cool. We're cordial. Okay. But actual friends, we can't be that. We were sexually intimate at one point. She's the mother of my children. We can't be friends. That don't make sense to me.
Okay.
That don't make sense to me, because if I plan to pursue any relationships with any other woman, she just has to be my kid's other co-parent. She can't be my friend, because that'll become a problem in my relationship.
Right. That's understandable.
But we have a great win. We talk about when stuff real important about the kids. If she needs anything, she knows I'm here. She can always call. We are 100% what I would consider co-parents.
Yeah. And
she lives her life. She live her life. I live mine, and we worry about the kids. No bad blood or nothing.
And that's always good, because I think that was the thing that I was trying to allude to is is trying to understand that there was no bad blood, because I don't think, I think, but
I would be wrong. I would. Hey, that's always a but, brother. I'd be wrong if I didn't say situations arise. We are coping steady. We are, but every now and then we do have a situation. But I think that's just being human. I don't think we're ever gonna always agree, because if we did, we'd still probably be together.
I mean, that's not wrong. Obviously,
so we're gonna have days where I'm gonna be like, you that's stupid. We not doing it. And we're gonna have days where she look at me and be like, you a fucking dumbass, and I'm tired of talking to you, hearing your shit. That's cool. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll call you.
I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. That's usually how it goes. Because I can tell you right now, shit. I got kids with 2 women, and it's always. I mean, we don't speak. Me and my kids' moms don't speak every day, but when we speak, usually it's about passing information or something like that. And for me, because I have daughters, I always ask the mothers, okay, what do you want to do? Okay, I want to know what you want to do, and then I'll brainstorm, and then I'll come up with a final decision. Okay, so for instance, my ex-wife said that she wanted to have dreads for my oldest daughter. And I said, hell yeah, I love it. I love the idea. Yeah, go ahead and do it. Right. And then she said, you should try it with your other daughter as well. I said, yeah, I'll speak to her mom about it. She said, well, I already spoke to her about it, and she said it's okay. And I just said, okay, well then I'm gonna still speak to her about it, because that's what I'm gonna do. And confirm everything that was said, because they speak to each other. They know each other.
Yeah.
They help each other out with the kids and stuff like that. And so
yeah.
So it's like I'm gonna still speak to her about it, so that everybody's in the loop with one another. And so I go to her. She said the baby should have dreads with her. She's like, yeah, I already talked to her about it. I was already cool with it. And so I said, okay, yeah, if you can get that done, just give me a number and I'll get it done. And she said, well, we can't do it yet because she's still a baby. We have to wait till she's like 3 or something. And so I'm like, okay, cool. I'll get back to you when she turns 3. But of course, there's always some random ass thing that happens where it's just like, man, fuck you, bitch. And she's like, yeah, fuck you too.
You gonna beef sometimes. If you want to be so honest, I just like to ignore. I ignore my ex when we beefing. I just give her time. She'll call me back when she's not mad anymore. She just being irrational and emotional right now. Just let her have her moment.
Yeah,
let her have her shit. Don't waste my energy getting mad with her. Why? I'm wasting my energy. You got it.
And I got caught slipping that one time doing that, and I actually had to catch myself and was like, you know what? Nope, she tried to get me. Oh,
hey, look, shit. I can attest, brother. There's definitely times when you almost slip, or you get caught slipping, and then you got to remind yourself, oh, she trying to take me down there. She trying to take me down there.
And she tried to catch me slipping. She wanted me to bring me down her level, but I was like, no.
She almost had me.
Almost got me. She almost got me. Nah,
Silly rabbit tricks are for kids.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, so I get that. So, what's life like? Being a father, like, what's life like when it comes to you and your kids?
Man, I love my kids, man. I can honestly say they're like my second best friends, because my actual best friends are adults and we can drink together. Hey, look, I'm just being honest with you. Like, I like my kids are my inside best friends. We do all the cool kid shit, but I like outside best friends as well. Like, they're my dogs, man. My son and my daughter are actually completely opposite, and it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me because my daughter is exactly who I expected my son to be, and my son is exactly who I always expected my daughter to be.
Right.
And it's crazy. Like my daughter is super sporty. She always trying to do something. She always trying to find something new. She always trying to break something or fix something. She always trying to draw on something. Like she's just a creative. And then you have my son who's he's a loner. My boy don't like nobody, but he's the kindest, nicest kid I know.
Right.
Like he'll talk to you if you speak to him, but that conversation not gonna last long because he get bored with people easily and he trying to go be by himself.
See,
Being a father is honestly, in the early years, I was confused. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, I don't know. But now I sit back and look at my kids now and I'll be like, man, I don't know how the fuck we doing it, guys. But we surely is in here doing it. Look at us.
And
I said,
look,
I definitely be like, yeah.
See, like in my my oldest daughter, she's in the other room. I measured her. I measured her the other day, and my daughter is actually 5'3". You know, she's 10 years old, 5'3", and I was like, shit. At 10 years old, I wasn't this tall. You know, but
man, you wanna know something funny? Hey, look, I apologized to my mama like 2 weeks ago because I said I had no idea what I was doing to your pockets as I was growing as a child. But now I know because I have a 6 and an 8-year-old that are both almost 5 feet tall.
Oh, woo.
That are both almost 5 feet tall. And they eat like stallions. They never stop.
Shit.
Lord.
Like that was ever a thing.
Look, man, I didn't know. All I'm gonna say is I have so much respect for my parents now.
Yeah. I respect my parents.
I don't know how they did it. I have no idea how they did it.
So
because I'm just out here winging this shit as I go.
Winging this shit. So were you an only child?
I'm so serious.
So were you an only child?
No, sir. No, sir. It's a whole 4 of us. I'm the middle child. I'm the middle. Okay. I have a younger sister, a younger brother, and then I have an older sister.
Okay, yes.
I'm the middle child, sir. I don't know how my mama did it. Look,
I come to envy you in a way because I'm the second child of 6, right? And not only
there's too many people to beat on.
Look, not only am I the second child of 6, but I'm also a twin. And Ty, no, that's my cousin. She just popped in. Yeah. She just chimed in real quick. Yeah, Ty, no, that's my cousin. Look, second child of 6, and luckily, my youngest sister, she just graduated high school, so she didn't grow up with us.
Yeah, I seen that on your Facebook.
Yeah, so she didn't grow up with us, so she didn't have the parents that she didn't have the same mom that we had. You know,
mm-hmm.
I mean, she had the same mom and body, but the same person, not even close. You know, so and my dad, you know, four of my mom's 6 children belong to my dad, and I can tell you right now, living with my dad was, I don't care what anybody says. I have a really good relationship with both my parents. I don't like them motherfuckers. And I've gone on record to say that many times. I don't like my parents, but I love them motherfuckers. And I have the greatest respect and admiration for the both of them because what they did, facts. She said, leave your auntie. Look, first off, your auntie was a pain in my ass. All right, let's get one thing perfectly clear, Ty. So, is she a pain in my ass to this day? She can hear me. She in another room. She can hear me. She probably gonna kick my ass, but she can hear me. But no, my parents, they not only co-parented us separately, yeah, but they had stretches of time where one wasn't helping the other, or rather they couldn't. So, you know, at one point in time, my dad was my dad was doing what he was doing. Now that don't mean he was ever out of the picture. My dad was always in the picture. Yeah. But there was just a point in his life where he just couldn't do as much.
He was just doing him.
He just couldn't do as much as he would have wanted to. And I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that as a child. And then of course there was a point in time where, because I started living with my dad when I was 13. Mm-hmm. And my dad took on raising 4 teenagers, virtually by himself. Now that does not mean that my mom wasn't in the picture. I mean, there was a point in time where she wasn't, but at the same time, that don't mean that she was just out here trying to act like she didn't have kids no more. She still realized, she still knew she was a mother. She still, but she was still trying to fix herself, and that was something I didn't understand as a teenager. So
yeah, that's man. I say the same thing about my mom now, man. Like, my mom was young as hell when she had all 4 of us, dog. Like, young as hell, dog. Like, I got 2 kids and I'm 30. My mama had 4 kids long before she was 30. I couldn't fathom it.
No, and I find that hilarious all the time. My mom was 25 when she had her 4th child. I didn't have my first child. I had my first child at 25.
Look, if my mama ever see this episode, I want her to know. I don't know what the hell you was thinking, baby girl.
Look,
you was tripping.
Look, I said,
baby girl. Baby girl, you was tripping.
Look, I look at both my parents.
By two of us would have been in the upper room. Goddamn it, by 2 of us. The upper room. Ain't no way.
Look,
and I love my siblings to death, but damn.
Look, I'll just say this, because, like I said, I have 5 siblings. My cousin here is an only child. Yeah, asshole. I had 5 siblings.
Damn, they got everything.
Yeah, I had 5 siblings, and I can tell you right now. I look at my parents, and I see 2 of the dumbest people I ever seen in my life. Because I'm just like, I always say this, right? When it comes to dating and relationships, the purpose of dating and relationships, especially when it comes down to getting married, it's all about 2 idiots coming together and removing as many inconveniences from the other person as possible. This is your inconvenience. Well, let me try to help move it by doing this, being who I am, and you do the same, vice versa. And these 2 idiots came together, and they didn't remove a damn inconvenience from each other. They just made more problems for themselves.
Look, man.
I look like I'm from the Wiz.
I said,
hold on, wait a minute. Hey, Taylor, check this. Mom, come here. We about to see who was just on our. Look at this. Get out of here, Scarecrow. I love my mama, man. I love my mama. She's amazing. She's amazing.
I told you, man, I don't know how my mama did it. Cause look, so my kids started talking a couple of years ago, right? It was a while ago. It was cool when only one of them talked. When one of them talked and the other one just made noises, that was cool. But man, the most insane shit that happens to me as a parent, have you ever heard 2 kids having a conversation at 3 a.m. while you trying to sleep?
I can't say
There's
I have.
Nothing going on in that conversation that's valuable.
Nothing goes on in
this conversation that's valuable.
So let me share.
But my kids will have.
No, keep going. Because
my kids will have complete. I was about to say, bro, my kids will have complete conversations in the middle of the fucking night. And I don't understand it because sometimes I'm not gonna lie. I just like to listen to know what my kids talk about. Like maybe they think I'm asleep. I want to know what they talk about when they think I ain't around. It don't be no context. They be arguing about stuff they don't even know the answers to.
Do they
I
even
remember
talk
one
about?
time,
Do it even be
dog,
about
I
like
remember
toys
one
or
time
something?
I heard them in the, no, dog, it be real life stuff. Like my kids be arguing about who's smarter. And I be like, neither one of y'all are smart. Y'all are both in school. Neither one of y'all. Like I be looking at my son like, dog, you learned to write your name last year. Like my son will tell me in a heartbeat. If I ask him how his school day was, he's like, it was okay, Dad. But I learned all those things they taught me today. I was like, when? Then as soon as he say that, I'll be like, all right, brother, so what's 2 times 2? You know I don't know that, Dad. I thought you learned everything they was teaching you today.
Like, what's going on?
But he with a straight face, he told me he learned everything. I just be like, are you serious, brother? Like I love my kids because it's like watching my personality in real time. Because my kids are literally me, and I can't blame them for that.
Boy,
I just
oh
like
boy,
to watch
oh boy.
exactly what happened to my mama happen to me. Exactly what I did to my mom, I just be watching it happen to me.
See, the funny thing is with my kids, I don't get to watch what I did to my mom or my dad. I get to watch what my kids, what they mama did to their mom and dad, right? Because my kids don't act like me. My baby, she throws tantrums. Now, yeah, did I have disagreements with my parents growing up? Yeah, sure. But I ain't throwing no tantrums. If I threw a tantrum, you and I would not be doing this right now. Let's just
you'd probably be dead.
I'd be dead in the motherfucker, all right? Especially with my country ass grandma. She ain't having that shit. All right.
Hey, look, I would definitely say I'm a lot more understanding with my children than my parents or my grandparents ever would have been with me. But with the same saying, my mama nice as hell to my kids, and I don't understand it.
I don't understand it. My mom.
I don't understand it because I swore she was major pain when I was a kid, and now she want to be Barney and shit. I don't like it.
Look, my mama was Gunnery Sergeant Hartman. Okay.
I don't like this. I don't like that she got old now. Now it's all I love you, you love me. No, cuz what happened? Let's go back to when we couldn't eat in the living room.
Bruh, look, like I said,
my son be drinking red juice on the couches.
Without the plastic?
No plastic.
Oh, hell. Man, let your ass not be on that plastic.
I done seen my sister's kids eat fruit snacks on the couch.
First off, they had fruit snacks?
On the couch.
No, I'm saying they had fruit snacks. I ain't had no damn fruits.
On the couch. That's all I care about. We had fruit snacks. We just couldn't eat in the living room.
Look, I'm over here just amazed that they had fruit snacks. Okay, so I didn't have fruit snacks growing up. Okay, unless I was at like one of my friends' house or something, because my mama was like, we ain't getting fruit snacks. We couldn't have chocolate cereal, so there was no cocoa. No Cocoa Krispies, no Golden Smacks, no Lucky Charms. Nigga, you got Cheerios and cornflakes.
Damn, boy, that was tough. I ain't gonna lie, big dog. Life wasn't that hard over here, baby.
Hey, and you think that was hard?
Look. We had one box of cereal. We get some good cereal, but we was getting a one box of that motherfucker. You better conserve it.
You better conserve it because you ain't getting no more until she go back out. And see, and if you think that was hard, let me explain something to you, right? This is one of the reasons I don't like my siblings. This is one of the reasons I don't like because I tell people all the time, I don't like my parents, I don't like my siblings, I don't like my kids. Okay? Don't ask. But I'm gonna tell you one of the biggest reasons I didn't like my siblings. Let's get to birthdays, right? Birthdays. My older sister, her birthday falls early in March.
Yeah.
My younger brother, his birthday falls in early September. Now, my youngest brother and my youngest sister, their birthdays fall right about in the middle of the month, same as mine. But me and my twin brother, we had to share this day because we twins. And keep in mind, all our shit falls in the middle of the month. So that means by the time our birthday get here, all the bills have been paid, the groceries is bought, and all the money is dry.
Yeah.
Okay. So whereas my sister can go to Discovery Zone, and my little brother, he can go to Marine World or something like that. You know what I got? We got a small party. We was lucky to get cake and ice cream. And pops come bring us a toy. We at least got our own toy. I'll give pops that much. And that was it. Okay. And let me tell you something. The party wasn't big. It wasn't a bunch of motherfuckers showing up and showing out. No, it was just a few of us, some of the neighbors, and everybody else was just broke and shit. And so we didn't get to do none of that fun shit. And so keep in mind, 2 weeks later,
Yeah. 2 weeks later, what happened?
We going to Discovery Zone or Ch3vy Cheese or some shit like that to celebrate my sister's
I mean, y'all back on top. Cause y'all back on top again.
Man, we was the forgotten.
Don't be no hater, man. Don't be no
hating.
hater.
Nah, fuck that. I'm hating.
Don't be no hater, man.
I'm hating,
man.
You know damn well I'm hating.
Hey, look, answer me a question. Did you go with them on their birthdays?
Look, that's not
so
the
you
point.
got to
Okay?
enjoy it too.
That's not the point. That's not the point.
All right, man.
No, because that birthday cake didn't say that birthday cake didn't have my name on it. Mickey, Chuck E. Cheese wasn't playing the band with my name in it. What about me?
To hell with that cake. To hell with that cake. Boy, you had hell with the name on the cake. The motherfucker on the cake didn't even know the cake was his.
Man, look.
Half the time they couldn't even read the cake.
Look, that's not the point.
At Chuck E. Cheese, they can't even read the cake. They think the cake for everybody.
See, you just shitting on my trauma, all right? And I appreciate that.
Come on, you knew it. You knew it happened. You knew it happened.
I knew it happened, but that's not the point, okay? You can't be shitting on my trauma, all right?
Hey, man, you know what I tell my siblings? You can either shake my hand or whoop my ass.
But you can't do both.
So for all the things I hated about my siblings as children, if I ever hated on them for anything, hey, look, we can settle all our differences right now. You can either shake my hand or whoop my ass. Both of my sisters have shook my hand. I think they both knew those were battles they didn't want to go into.
Look, man, I was not so lucky because my sister just said, fuck it, I'm gonna just whoop your ass. Okay. Now, see, my sister was a lot bigger than us growing up.
Oh, see, that's the problem. I'm a lot bigger than my sisters. They know better.
I didn't get bigger than my sister until I hit middle school. Okay. And that's when the ass whooping stopped. Now, if I really I'll give my sister a little brother win, you know, to give confidence to her kids. But if it came down to it, I would destroy her ass. Ty, don't you tell her I said this shit. I would.
Let me commend you on being a great big brother, being a great man. I'm not sparing nobody. Man, my son my own kids get destroyed at everything they challenge me at. If you want to beat me in life, you're gonna really beat me in life. Nah. I'm raising winners.
Nah, you know, it's funny. I said my sister. I'm talking about my sister because she's my older sister, right? But I'm gonna tell you like But I'm telling you like this.
It go for nieces and nephews too.
Nieces and nephews too. Because I told look,
you can't let their sister win.
Look, my kids, my older daughter told me one time, she said, I can't remember what game we was playing. We was playing a game or something. And she said, Dad, if I beat you, can you and mommy get back together?
Yeah.
Let me just tell you like this.
Man.
I ran it up. I ran it up on that ass. I ran it up on that
that'd be the first.
I had to teach her.
That'd be the first time somebody scored 1,000 yards in one game on Madden.
Look, I'm telling you. Look, I had to teach her a lesson in humility that day. Because, I mean, that poor girl was crying and everything. I was like, look, but shut up. You ain't quitting this game. Look, you gonna pick up this controller. You gonna finish getting your ass whooped.
My kids ain't never asked me that question, and I really hope they don't.
Look,
I really hope they don't.
No,
because I hate to have to destroy my kids at video games like that, man. I hate to have to do it to them.
No, it happened to me too. It happened to me too. For me, it wasn't a video game. It was real life. Okay, it was basketball. Right now, as y'all already know, I suck to high heaven at basketball. I can't shoot worth a shit.
You lost, didn't you?
But
you lost, didn't you?
Brutally.
You lost, didn't you?
Brutally. Okay. This man's knees, that he already hit the point where I'm 11 years old. His knees then already gave out. His back has long since been useless to him. This motherfucker ain't got an ankle to save his goddamn life. And I'm sure his heart was ready to give out. But let me tell you, I ain't never seen a man more broken, more decrepit, and more used up land a slam dunk on me. I'm sure I didn't see it, but I'm sure he had the tongue out and everything.
Yeah. See, it's just certain things I learned not to do in life. See, the beautiful part about my step pops is my step pops. He had a lot of nieces, nephews, and little cousins that was always around, right? And they were much older than me. So right. I used to watch them try him, right? I used to watch the results of what happened when they thought they could beat him at basketball. And I just pretty much stayed in my lane and never even really tried. I tried him one time, and it was probably the worst decision I ever made.
It's always one time.
We was training for football. He was training me for my senior year of football. And we was in the backyard. I forget what he was saying to me, but it was hot. I was pissed off. I was fucking up the drill, and I couldn't get it right. And he just kept fucking with me. And then I just yelled out one time because I was mad and I was hot and I finally had enough. I just yelled out, well, goddamn it, you get down in front of me, Dean. Worst decision I ever made in my life. I have played a multitude of different people on a football field in my life. Nobody, and I repeat, nobody has ever put me on my ass faster than my father did in that backyard. It was literal seconds. It was literal seconds. My brother didn't even finish the whole word. He said, huh. He didn't get the T. He said, huh. I was on my ass already. Soon as he said, damn. Said, huh. I was flipped. And my daddy was up the field. I was like, God damn it. Look, all right, Rayford.
Look, even now at his age of 59, I am not taking on my dad on the gridiron. My dad 59 years old. I'm 36. I am not even gonna try him. I'm not even gonna try him.
See, my daddy don't care about, my daddy ain't doing none of that. Now he retired from all of those activities. You try my daddy with anything right now, just know it's something around him that he gonna hit you with. He is too old. So he is too old to compete, so he's definitely gonna cheat. This is words that he actually say. I'm too old to compete, so I'm definitely gonna cheat.
Hey, look, and I can respect that. So you brought up football, right? What other sport did you play? Any other sports in high school?
I ran track, man, but that's just because it was a natural thing. Like my mama was a track runner. Her mama was a track runner. A bunch of my cousins were track runners. I was long and good at it. But I hated every second of running track. Let me tell you this. I hated every second of it.
You and me
I
are
thought
me
it
and
was
you.
pointless. I didn't understand. I didn't understand why I had to run for long distances to make somebody else proud. I hated it. I could understand running to catch the ball or running to hit somebody or running to shoot the ball, but just running to be running, I don't get it. That's not to say that track wasn't good, track wasn't lit, because track was a lit ass sport. And it's actually crazy when you understand the dynamics, but I just hated it.
Look,
I was just good.
Me and you have two different feelings about track and field. I love track and field because that was my other sport in high school. I love track and field. And you know, crazy thing is even though I was just a little above average in high school with track and field, I didn't even go for the events. I went for the girls.
Facts. That's the only reason I was on my high school track team for two reasons. One, the coach was also the football coach, and he threatened us that if we didn't run track, we wasn't playing. And he said it was good for our condition.
Yeah.
Two, the girls on the track team are fire at any track meet you want to go to. It didn't matter in high school.
It didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
The
you
girls
could go to any track meet.
All the girls.
You go to any track meet, it didn't matter. The girls was lit.
The girls was always lit.
That's literally what we did between races.
Talk to
girls. So that's all we did in high school.
And
between races, we get in trouble all the time by coach because he couldn't find us because we was talking to fucking girls.
Talking to girls. Yeah, and if you look at some of my videos, I have two videos where one of my teammates from track and field from high school is actually featured in some of my videos. And let me tell you, that girl was the talk of the town back in high school because everybody liked her, but nobody could have her. But and I think and look, and everybody always think of the challenge, you know, when it comes to talking to girls at track and field, because more often than not, they'll give you some play, but they're not giving you no play.
Yeah, but now, in my opinion, this is my personal opinion. Now, when I was in high school, the only thing that was colder than the girls' track team was the girls' volleyball team. Oh my God! Woo! When I was in high school, we used to our locker room. They used to play in the basketball court, in the basketball gym. The basketball gym that the basketball team played games in was the front gym. And in the back gym was their practice court. And then there was our locker room.
Right.
So we get dressed for our football games. And we go watch the volleyball game, which happened before our football game started most times. We watch the volleyball game until the buses get there. Man, I never knew I loved volleyball players as much as I did when I was in high school.
Look, let me tell you, I went to two different high schools, right? And the demographics was different with both schools. So when it came to volleyball, my first high school, shout out to JFK Richmond, the volleyball team was mostly Asian girls.
Mm.
And it was still something to look at. We was all like, look, man, as soon as they learn how to fry chicken, it's over for y'all. Then you go to,
Oh, you are done for, my boy. You are done for.
Look, then I went to my second high school, and this De Anza High School is where I graduated from, and then I had to think. Then I just thought to myself, oh shit! Once you go black, you never go back. Cause I mean,
as long as you know. Cause
man, let me tell you. Bear with me for a second.
You had a time last night.
No, I didn't. But I'm gonna tell you this, man, because I'm sure you probably figured this out by now. but I've always had a thing for chocolate. I have been a sucker for some chocolate. I might just be doomed. I might just be doomed. I might just be doomed.
Yeah, what my grandma used to say, you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't.
Look, man, all I'm gonna say is that if these here Oreos don't give me diabetes, Black woman will.
But I'm 100% with you. I'm 100% with you, brother. I'm 100% with you.
And you know what? Everybody who know me, who always talk about me eating unhealthy and shit, they gonna hear me say the same goddamn thing. I'ma die happy. It's as simple.
Then the motherfucker.
That is as simple as that. I'ma die happy. Okay, you ain't got to like it. I'ma die happy, and I'ma die eating this shit like it's the last motherfucking supper. Okay.
Oh Lord.
Hey, look.
I don't think we talking about the Oreos no more. I don't think we talking about the Oreos no more, brother. I think the Oreos have left the building.
The Oreos have
left the building.
Hey, look, the Oreos then went to the rear march.
Yeah, the Oreos are no longer the topic of discussion. What we talking about here, brother?
You know, good goddamn well what we talking about. So,
all right now.
Hey, look, like I said, I'm gonna die happy. All right. So
facts. That's the only way I want to die.
So you get through high school sports and whatnot. Did you have an opportunity to play in college?
I played a little bit of college, man, and then I had hurt myself. I played a little bit. I tried at a certain point in my naval career. It just wasn't meant for me, man. I guess I wasn't meant to be one of them super football stars as much as I wanted to be. It was never meant. So I kind of like let that dream die real early. I think I was like 23 when I gave up, and then every now and then I'll pop back up in a semi-pro league somewhere. I'll try, but I'm pretty much done now because it's just no point.
Not even semi-pro?
I don't see the. If I decided to, but my kid's about to start playing sports, so I pretty much just want to watch them do it. And I'm leaning more towards like the coaching side of sports lately than I do as far as like playing. I more want to coach than play anymore. Like I probably can physically still get out there and play, but I don't want to anymore.
Okay.
If that makes any sense. Like I just don't have the want to play anymore.
Okay. Yeah, see, because me, I play semi-pro football, and this year I was playing tight end. I played tight end and offensive tackle. And look, the year before.
Boy, did you say tackle?
Yeah. Yeah, and the reason being,
is you now?
I'm only 240.
Oh yeah,
I know,
I'm
right?
Playing your league. If the tackle 240, I'm coming playing your league.
It was just our team because a lot of the good teams.
Okay.
A lot of the good teams had big physical specimen out there, and I was transitioning between the two positions because we didn't have enough linemen. And so, when one of the big boys needs some win, I'll step in that role because I was supposed to play quarterback this year.
Yeah.
But because I don't know if you remember, I've been playing quarterback for quite some time now. But I had stepped down off that role.
Yeah, I've seen that number.
Yeah, so I was trying to step out of the role.
Since we on the football topic, I need to know what happened to get you banned, and you know what game I'm talking about.
Oh, I know exactly what game you're talking about. I'm gonna tell you something, man. That game, I didn't bust a goddamn grape. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So what happened is we had a dude who was supposedly injured. Me and him, we didn't get along. We didn't like each other, or rather, he just he just had the mat on, I guess for me personally, don't know why. Well, I do know why, but we ain't gonna get into that. But me and my brothers, we show up to the team, ready to get our workout in. And he was just stepping the line with me day one, right?
Yeah.
He was like Rick James, Charlie Murphy. But we ain't cool. We ain't friends. You know, I tell people all the time, you know, when I do semi-pro, I don't have any friends in semi-pro. You know, I work with you, we're teammates. And you know, if a motherfucker cross the line, I'm gonna have your back. But we're not friends in this. I have very few friends in semi-pro. You know, which by the way, shout out to the big homie Julian Premier. You know, that's the big homie right there. That's one of the few friends I got in semi-pro. You know, but now fast forward through all the shenanigans he was getting to, because he was talking about trying to fight me at that point. And my little brother was going to fight him, and then he started chickening out, and now everybody coming at me because I had something to say. And so I'm just like, I'm not trying to fight nobody. I'm talking shit. You talking shit, so I'm gonna talk shit back. And when I talk shit back, I'm gonna hit you where it hurts.
Yeah, as you should.
You feel me? So everybody had a problem with me saying something then. And so it was like at the end of that, it was like, okay, whatever. So fast forward, he gets injured in the first game of the season. So now we ain't got this motherfucker to worry about no more. You know. So everything was going good for the next few weeks. We ain't had no problem with nobody for the next few weeks. We had a game out here against a team I used to play for, and he shows up because he wanted to get his jersey or whatever. But he's sitting here running his mouth like usual, talking shit. Not in a football sense either. You know, everybody always say keep it football. This wasn't football. Okay, he's just talking shit to be talking shit because he think he invincible, right? So we getting our asses kicked, right? Because this is a good team. You know, we getting our ass kicked. We was down 26-0, and it's halftime. And this motherfucker is on their sideline talking shit this whole time. Don't ask. It was just the way the game was set up. It was a ugly way the game was set up. But anyway, he gets to the group, he gets to the team or whatever, where we about to, you know, go brainstorm and shit like that. And he was already there. So me and my brother, we was just walking up to the group or whatever, shooting the shit. You know, I don't even remember what the hell we were talking about. We was probably talking about bitches or something. I don't know. But we gets there and he comes up calling us bitches and how we need to shut the fuck up and all this other shit. And we like, bro, ain't nobody even talking to you. And so he starts getting wild and loud. You feel me? And my brother was just like, "Hey, bro, you need to check yourself." And so, and of course, he kept going. And so now my brother is ready to go. Like he ready to.
Yeah, he on 10 already.
Yeah, he ready to throw them things because we wasn't even worried about him, right? But he ready to throw them things now. So I'm trying to hold him. I'm trying to hold my brother back. And when somebody else got to him, I go to him and I'm like, bro, it ain't even that serious. You need to calm down or whatever. And then he want to push me. And then talk about he gonna beat us up. And so now at this point, my brother's going from 10 to 100. You feel me? So I try to go back to him because we were at one point I was just about to really just swing on him right then and there, but I had to catch myself because I had to understand the situation I'm in. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna just jump this nigga in the parking lot, right? But I'm like, you know, like my brother is coming. My brother is still trying to get. So I'm trying to hold him up so we can handle this in the parking lot. But out of nowhere, the other brother comes up and just caught him with a hard one from behind, knocked him smooth out.
Think this shit.
He folded like a lawn chair, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was still holding on to my brother, and I go to him like what the fuck did you just do? And my brother just straight up ducked me. It just went straight to him and start wailing on him. And so as soon as he gets off of him, he kicked him in the side of the head. Mind you, he's still in football gear. So he caught them cleats right to the side of the head. And it was just like, it was at that point, The
So
coach
it was basically one of them situations where stuff escalated. You really was trying to de-escalate the situation, but in the perception of the situation, you looked like you was helping escalate everything. So you caught the charge with everybody.
Yeah, so I had it was a situation beyond my control. And see, the funny thing is when dude got up off the ground, he was talking about shooting people, but then my brother was like, bruh, bring him. We'll bring him too or whatever, right? But then nobody had no guns on. That was the thing. We keep in mind we still in football gear, and so like the coach was like, "Hey, look, y'all gotta go." So the three of us we were starting to get undressed and we was leaving, and he was still on the ground talking about I'll shoot all you motherfuckers. In fact, let me go to my peoples right now. So he goes to the other sideline where when he starts walking over there, and I'm starting to walk over there too. But I'm walking over to talk to the homies because my peoples is on that team. I got peoples on that team. So I'm going over. I was going over there to chop it up with them or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's still running his mouth. He over here talking about y'all some bitches. Y'all talk about 301. I'm like, bro, you got snuck by one dude and you got your ass beat by the other dude. I ain't had nothing to do with this. And so he's like, nah, man, you a bitch. He's still talking about we doing 301s. And I didn't do anything. I didn't even touch this man. And so I'm like, bro, if you want to end up back on the ground, keep running your mouth. And so like one of the dudes from the other team came over. No, it was actually another teammate. He was like, hey man, he was like, hey bro, calm down. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? You don't hear this man talking to me like that? And so it almost looked like me and him was about to go at it, but it was just like, nah, he was just trying to de-escalate the situation. So it was like, okay, cool. We not gonna beef on this. So I kept going. I was talking with other members of the other team and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, I want to say fast forward half an hour or whatever, my brothers had already left. And so I was just talking with a lot of the guys from the other team because, I'm just chopping it up with people. And he was over here trying to get somebody to come in. He was trying to get some people from the other team to come and jump me because he was like, these are my people. We'll come and ride on y'all. And it was just like, one of the dudes was like, we ain't fucking with you, dude. That's the homie over there. And so I started laughing at this thing. I'm like, you thought you had the people, homie. Those are my people. Get your weak ass out of here, right? And so he goes over to the coach and was acting like he was having head injuries and shit like that. And so they ended up taking him out on the stretcher. Mm-hmm. I was like, bro, the only reason he walked out on that stretcher is because he was embarrassed. He thought he was gonna get some get back, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And so the owner of the other team the next day claimed that we was all talking about bringing out guns and shit like that. And it's like, nobody had guns at that game. Now, granted, I might have had mine in the car, but I wasn't bringing it out to the field. And I didn't bring up guns. So they were saying that we was threatening people with guns and shit like this. And that somebody had got arrested. We don't know who got arrested. The cops did show up, yeah, but we don't know who got arrested. It wasn't my brothers. It wasn't my brothers. It wasn't me. I was one of the last people to leave the stadium. So so where these guns came from, we don't never know.
Y'all got banned off some bullshit.
We got banned off some bullshit. And the team got banned too because they were saying the whole team got banned from the league. So
wait, both teams or just y'all team?
Just our team. So I had got removed from the team because even though I didn't do anything, my brothers
you were part of it.
Yeah, my brothers were still involved. And look, nobody saw that shot come out of nowhere. Nobody saw this shot come out of nowhere. When my little brother tagged his ass from behind, I didn't even see it coming. Like I didn't see it.
It's one of them things where your brother just did what he knew he was supposed to do.
No, it wasn't because again, I was trying to stop the fight. So I was trying to stop my other brother, but he just came out of nowhere. Like again, I damn near felt that. That's how out of nowhere it was. I felt it. I was holding my jaw like, damn, nigga, what was that for? What was that for? What I do? No, but
hey, he popped.
Hey,
he made you feel his pain.
I felt that shit. Look, the man wasn't even sweating. You could see sweat beads coming off this man's face. That's how hard he hit him. Like he knocked this nigga into sweating just so it could come off him. That's how like, I was like, shit, man, look. That shit hurt me. Okay. That's how hard he hit.
Yeah, I just always wondered what happened because I remember I was hyped one week. I was like, yeah, my boy back out there. And then the week after that, I was like, oh, damn. Like it literally went you like, yeah, we got a game. And then like 3 hours later, it was like, goddamn, boy. Goddamn.
And look, and y'all saw my drip. I was looking clean out there for once in my life. You know, I was out there looking clean in the burgundies and everything.
You was out there with your gear on.
I was out there cleaning them burgundies, and I was just like, damn, I only got to put these on one time, and it was over. Hey, look, and here go my little brother right here, Mike Brown. He said they gonna learn to quit playing with us. No cap. And old boy learned that day. Old boy learned that day. Shout out to you, Big Mike. Hey, because my little brother.
That shit was funny, but hey.
Yeah,
that shit was funny, big dog. That shit was funny as hell.
Hey, yeah, but look, me and him, you know, shit, we going back to them diaper days. You feel me? Look, my little brother ain't to be played with as an adult because we used to kick his ass when he was a kid.
Oh, y'all gonna get back with something?
So he was like, ain't nobody touching me, and he was like, ain't nobody touching my brother either because like he got cheap shotted last year. After I got kicked off of that team before I went back to that team, and we was just and he was like, hey, ain't nobody pulling that shit no more. So he was like, I'm gonna get them before they get me. I
mean that makes sense.
And so and again, like Michael tell you, I tried to stop it. I tried to prevent it because I didn't want those problems. I wanted to finish this game. If I was gonna go home losing, anybody who knows me knows I want to lose all the fucking way. Right?
Yeah.
From 15 first to 0 fourth. You know.
That's all facts. You might as well, you know, go hard the whole time. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I hope you didn't think I was gonna come on your channel and leave up out of here before I had asked you that goddamn question.
Hey,
I
look,
I didn't know how the fuck you go from playing the game to kicked out of the league in 3 hours.
Look, man, look, it wasn't even, look, I didn't even think anybody would ever bring it up. And you know what? And it's funny because that day, you know, I really found out all the people that was in my corner that day. I found out there was people in my corner that I didn't even like, right? Because motherfuckers went to bat for me, not just on that field, but in those in the league meeting when it was coming down to, you know, what who was all getting banned and all that shit. People was calling me, you know, people called me up out of nowhere. People who I was like, one of the GMs for that team I did not like at all, right? For the other team, I did not like this man at all. I wanted to fight him the day I met him. And he goes to this team, as the GM, he out here playing. I lined up against this man thinking I'm going to just put him into the dirt. And we had some hardcore competition with one another. And let me tell you, I was able to shake this man's hand at the end of the game and talk to him, and come to find out this dude is a really cool dude. And, you know, it was like, you know, again, people called me personally and was like, man, we hope everything is all good with you and your brothers and all that other stuff. You know, they said they was asking me the same questions you was asking me. Asking me the same question.
I'm like,
the first person that
I just wanted to be like, bro, how the fuck?
Yeah,
It didn't make sense to me, dog.
Yeah, the first person that called me, and I hope he sees this, the first person that actually called me when everything was said and done was DeAndre Churchill. And I got mad love and respect for him because, you know, he was one of those other dudes that took me under his wing in the semi-pro world when I first walked into it. And he was telling me, oh boy, got what he deserved. Yeah, so, you know, because first off, anybody that know me know I don't start shit. You know, I don't start shit because I don't need to. You feel me? Now, maybe back in my Navy days when a motherfucker was just pissing me off just a little too much. And
I was about to say, boy, you was Mr. Shenanigans.
Look, let me explain.
Mr. Inconspicuous Shenanigans for a while.
Let me explain. Now. I was going through a divorce, okay, and everybody was a target. All right, I was miserable. Why you think they sent me to SARP, man?
Because your ass drank too much.
Because my ass drank too much. And I was fucking miserable. And see, and now that I'm out of the Navy, my DD 214 protects me now. I can actually say this. I can actually say this without worrying about repercussions. But there was 2 instances on that shit on that in while I was there. Both
say
times,
again, brother.
2 instances, both times on a Tortuga, where I actually brought alcohol onto the ship. And I was drinking this alcohol. You know why nobody knew about it though? I took 2 sips. That was it. I took 2 sips, and then I just went straight to sailor.
Shit. Boy, I'll take a couple swigs all day.
Hey, look, I can't do that though because eventually somebody either gonna smell it or see it, and I had to be extra inconspicuous about this shit. You feel me?
All you had to do is smoke cigarettes, big dog.
What's the one thing you never seen me do?
Smoke a cigarette, big dog.
Exactly.
But I'm just saying, all you had to do was get a black and just light that motherfucker and go.
You don't think somebody would? You don't think somebody would have suspected what I was doing, seeing me smoking a cigarette? Somebody gonna think something's up, and somebody gonna dive deeper.
But your ass, when you start smoking,
somebody gonna dive
deeper. Like when you start smoking. But yeah, man, it's been great talking to you though, man. But I gotta get up out of here, man. It's time to make some music.
And it's time to make some money. So once again, hey everybody, I'm gonna leave the description to his channel for his music in the description of the video when it's finally uploaded. Thank y'all. Also,
they can look up all my music. I'm on all streaming platforms. That's Ch3vy Jones, Ch3vy Jone $ on all streaming platforms. Everything's up there.
Yes, and so thank you, Big Dog, for that. We're gonna have to do a part 2 to this because we still ain't done yet. We gotta have a part 2 to this.
We can do more. We can definitely do more. Hit me up and let's schedule the next episode.
Yeah,
we can
definitely.
do it next weekend. I ain't got nothing going on.
No, I got Scheme next weekend. But
after Scheme, we can do it after Scheme then.
Yeah, but I'll get with you after this. Maybe we can do something during the week. But definitely we got to do this again because this was a good one. And
for sure.
So again,
the crazy part is the people don't even know. We haven't even scratched the surface on like how we actually got cool or any of that. We ain't even got the certain because we ain't even like each other at first
at all, man. So we got
each other from when we first met.
So yeah, we gotta do this again, and it's gonna be a banger. It's gonna be bigger than this one. I'm telling you right now. So thanks again for showing up, brother. It's all love over here, man. All love over here. And when you get out, make sure you like the video yourself too. All right, and share so everybody else can have a look at it. And
facts, y'all go stream some of my music, man.
Yeah, y'all have a look at that,
and keep supporting my boy. Shout out to my boy Big Scheme, his people as well.
Yeah, shout out to Scheme. Y'all check out Mike Brown when he start putting his music on the channel too. And again, thank you for showing up. All love, baby, over here. And like y'all already know, like I say all the time, kindness is free, and I'm cheap as fuck. So y'all have a good day.
Be out, bro.
Most definitely.
Peace, bro.
Most definitely.